Tonight on Missing Persons Unit,
we're looking for this chap here. We noticed his van's out the front.
52-year-old surfer Ross Hipwell went looking for some big waves and hasn't been seen since.
He may have come to grief on his surfboard.
His pregnant daughter fears the worst.
I love you. I just want you to come home. I just want to hear from you and let you know that I'm okay.
And where is this father of 5?
Neil Maher was last seen in October 2007. He failed to make contact with his family over Christmas.
After leaving his beekeeping job, he's gone into hiding. His loving daughter is devastated.
Dad, please give us a call and let us know that you're all right. We love you very much.
And a family torn apart by war 7 years ago are about to be finally reunited. That is, until one of them vanishes.
I'm worried maybe she might be there with somebody bad, they might rape her or do something bad, or she with some bad friends that would influence her to start going to do drugs.
Hi and welcome to Missing Persons Unit. Every year in Australia, 35,000 people go missing. But what is equally disturbing is that for every one person who disappears, there are another 12 who are somehow affected. Family, friends, workmates, the police themselves and volunteers. So in any 1 year, over 400,000 Australians feel the trauma of people who go missing. In this next episode, you'll feel the angst of some of these families, but then joy when they're reunited. It's 8 a.m. at the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. Is this Ellen McGill?
Yeah?
Hi, it's Lee Hadley calling from the Police Missing Persons Unit.
Lee is on the phone to the grandmother of Liberian teenage refugee Winnie McGill. She's been missing for 5 days.
Was there anything that led to her going missing?
Yeah, but I was not here when she left. I was at work. In fact, the sister rang me to tell me that she came from school and made the room empty.
It's been 7 years since 13-year-old Winnie and her sister fled to Australia with their grandma. They left believing they'd lost their mum to the civil war in Liberia. But 2 years ago, they discovered their mum had survived and was living in Canada. Since then, Winnie's mum has been saving up to fly to Australia to be reunited with her 2 daughters. But now, the day before she arrives, 13-year-old Winnie is missing.
She'll be here by 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, Winnie's mum's coming to Australia tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Yes.
Does she know what's happened with Winnie?
She knows. I rang her.
So she's going to take Winnie back to Canada with her?
Yeah, she wants to.
Oh, OK. And how does Winnie feel about that?
She was happy from the beginning, but I don't know at this time why she has added like that.
OK, well, we'll come and see you at 12.
Okay.
All right, lovely. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
It's quite out of character. Like, she's a young teenager. She likes to go to parties and hang out with friends, but it seems like Winnie has planned to run away. She's taken a large amount of clothing, her toiletries and cosmetics and that sort of thing, so it seems like it's quite planned and thought out, and possibly someone's picked her up with her luggage and taken her somewhere.
Across town, police are already on the road in the search for 52-year-old Ross Hipwell.
We're heading up to Merriweather to see Ree, the daughter of the missing person, Hipwell.
Ross is a keen surfer and threw his surfboard in the back of his Kombi 2 weeks ago. But after taking off, he hasn't been seen since.
He makes regular contact with his daughter, and he has failed to do this. His mobile phone is dead, so, you know, we've got some strong concerns for him at this stage.
And just as they arrive in the beachside suburb of Merriweather, where Ross lives, the office calls with what could be a promising lead.
It looks like his account's been used on the 2nd, the 3rd and the 5th of this month around the Harrington area.
Let's hope it's him and not someone else. Right, mate, keep us in touch anyway if you hear anything else, will you?
Will do for sure.
OK then, bye.
See ya.
Yeah, well, that's rather interesting. At least we can see now that his account is being used. Whether he's using it or someone else, well, you know, that's debatable. But it sounds like it's being used up in the Harrington area. I'm not real sure where that is, but I think it's a little bit further north from here. So we might sort of head up that way a bit later on and see if we can spot him up there. Hopefully he's there.
Back on the hunt for 13-year-old runaway Winnie McGill, police have just arrived at her home to talk with her grandmother.
Hi, how you going? Is it Ellen? Can we come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I was going to come out today and to speak to you about Winnie and what's going on with her.
She has been leaving, coming back, and I told her that it was not necessary for her to be up and down. She should go to school. So on Thursday, when I went to work, when I came back, everything of her was out of the room.
Did she speak to you about wanting to go anywhere or do anything?
No. She never told me anything.
No.
And then an examination of Winnie's room reveals she planned to go somewhere.
So the amount of stuff she would have took, would have been something that she could carry herself, like in a backpack, or would have it required like a number of bags?
There were 2 bags here, and she emptied the cousin bag from in his room and used it also.
So a few bags?
Yeah, so I suspect maybe she might come with another bag, I don't know.
Yeah. Could she carry those herself?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how she got it out.
So wherever Winnie was going, she was well prepared. With 3 suitcases full of belongings, it's obvious she's not coming home anytime soon.
You'd really think after not seeing her mum for a few years that she would have been really excited to see her. When she last saw her mum, was there anything that she would be resentful towards her mum for? Did she feel that her mum sort of abandoned her, so to speak?
We didn't know where she was. When the war came in our country, there was a fighting in our country. Everybody went, you know, different way. We didn't know where she was.
So you lost contact?
We lost contact with one another. There's no small war. It's all about killing. And so you're running for life.
Grandmother Ellen has established a new life for the family after the horrors of civil war. Now, the day before the reunion with her own family, Winnie is gone.
She should not make me feel miserable because she know from the time she was born, she has been with me. So I miss her too. Yeah, I'm feeling bad. I've been crying.
In the search for 13-year-old Winnie McGill, Dan and Lee are talking to Winnie's younger sister, Georgetta. She's home from school so she can hold her mum for the first time in 7 years.
Winnie know about your mum coming to see us?
Yeah.
Did she say anything about that at all?
She said she don't want to go, she want to stay.
Was that something that you're expecting, like to go with your mum, live with your mum for a while? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
But of course, without her big sister, this family is very incomplete.
I want her to come back, for us to be one family and live together in good hands.
And now, grandmother, daughter and granddaughter are about to be reunited.
Don't cry. No, Ma. Don't cry.
But then, from joy to heartache, now they have to face the reality of their missing child.
We're We're with the missing persons unit with the police, and we're just here in regards to Winnie.
Just came from Canada, just arrived.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Winnie not being at home? Going
Well,
missing?
it's just hard to sit in it.
Yeah.
Do you want
Have a
to sit down?
seat.
Definitely.
A long trip.
At Merriweather in Newcastle, police have arrived at surfer Ross Hipwell's unit where they're meeting his daughter, Ree.
Gary Barley, missing persons, and this is Steve McAllister.
Hi, how are you?
Just come in for a little while. Yeah, certainly. You've heard nothing?
Heard nothing at all.
We do have some information at the moment where he may be.
Good.
But I can't tell you.
Okay.
Due to privacy reasons, he may wish to just be away and doesn't want anyone to know where he is, you know?
Yeah, if that's the case, I just would like him or him to tell us, someone, just to ring me and say, he's okay, you know, I'd love to hear his voice, but if he doesn't want to speak to me, that's fine, right? If you can just tell me that he's okay.
And you've been trying his mobile and that?
Yeah, I'm continually getting message back.
Just keeps going to message back. Yeah, hopefully it might have gone flat or something, you know. So I don't think there's no real reason for him to sort of ignore you, would there?
No, well, I don't, as far as I'm aware, I haven't done anything wrong.
What about sort of friends and that would...
He's a loner.
He's sort of a loner?
I've contacted the friends that he recently mentioned and they haven't seen him in like a large amount of time, so...
What sort of car?
It's an old combi, maybe in its 70s.
Yep.
What colour is it?
Green. Black and white checkered curtains in the back part of the camper.
And Ross's disappearance has come at a time when family is so important, particularly to Ree.
I'm 10 weeks pregnant and yeah, he'd be first grandchild for him. So I really hope that we find him.
Missing person's daughter, she's a lovely girl, most upset. We're now going to head up to Harrington and see if we can find him, hopefully.
Gary and Steve head further north to where they think Ross might be accessing his accounts. Back inside, Ree makes this emotional plea to her dad.
I love you. I just want you to come home. I just want to hear from you and let you know that I'm okay. Just tell me that you're okay. That's all. I love him so much.
Back at Winnie's home, her mother's journey halfway around the world certainly hasn't been the happy homecoming she'd expected.
Would it have been a possibility that Winnie might have left home here because she didn't want to see you and be forced to go back to Canada with you?
I don't know.
Yeah, she wouldn't be worried
I'm not
about
going to
that?
force her to get to Canada with me, no. I know the law because if I force her to get to Canada, I'm going to be in trouble.
No one's saying that. We just thought she might have been worried about seeing you and nervous that if she had to go with you back to Canada or not. Because we're just thinking what possibilities are going through.
I really don't know. I really don't know at all. I really don't know.
But the real worry is not why Winnie ran away, but if she's safe and well.
Well, I'm worried maybe she might be there with somebody bad, they might rape her or do something bad, or she with some bad friends that will influence her to start going to do drugs. That's my biggest worry right now. Yeah.
Just then, Winnie's uncle Koji arrives with a lead.
This girl, if you get to this girl, you get to Winnie.
Okay.
Koji thinks she may have hooked up with an older man she met at a refugee camp in Liberia 7 years earlier. Lee only has a first name and a partial address in Queensland.
Are you guys going to hold the person responsible? Because back in Africa, if somebody comes and take your kids away, the police is going to hold that person responsible. Because your kid can come to my house and I keep her in the house.
If the older man, who at 26 is twice Winnie's age, has helped her run away, he could be in a lot of trouble.
I don't know what's going through Winnie's head. And so we're going to go back to the station now and make some inquiries. There's a possibility that she might be in Queensland. So we'll follow this up and hopefully be able to reunite Winnie with her mum shortly.
Gary and Steve have had a long drive to the New South Wales north coast. Their search is for surfer dad Ross Hipwell.
Yeah, we've been on the road now probably getting close towards 4 hours, I suppose. Then we've got about another 20-odd k's till we get to Harrington. I believe there's about 3 caravan parks in Harrington. We'll go around to each one of those and with a bit of luck we might be able to pick the missing person up there and because he's got his van and hopefully he's parked in one of the caravan parks.
It's sunset when they finally reach the outskirts of Harrington.
Caravan park.
I think there's a caravan park here. Look at it. Yeah, that'll be one of the 3. Hang on, look, there's that green van.
There's that green van, mate.
That could be his van. Unbelievable.
Turn around.
Oh, I don't think we couldn't be that lucky.
At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit,
Good morning, Missing Persons Unit. Lee Hadley speaking.
Constable Lee Hadley is trying to track down the older man 13-year-old Winnie McGill is thought to be with in Queensland.
Mum's pretty distressed that her daughter hasn't been home. She's been in tears every day. Like, she's meant to be over here on a holiday and catching up with her daughters, and it's meant to be an enjoyable time. Good morning, Missing Persons Unit. Lee
But
Hadley
just
speaking.
then, Lee gets this call from Winnie's mum. She tells Lee she's just received a puzzling text message from Winnie.
She said she's very sorry to grandma for leaving, and she was going to be home at any time. And I tried calling the number that she used for the text message, and a girl picked up the phone. She said her name was Christina. And she was like, it was a mistake. How can it be a mistake? How do you know her mom is here? You know, why she have to lie and say she don't know Winnie?
It's all very sus.
There's a bit of confusion over who the message has been sent by, but we're going to get a copy of that number this afternoon. We'll be able to do some inquiries ourselves and hopefully establish who it's been sent from and maybe even speak to Winnie.
At the Queensland Missing Persons Unit, Detective Jim Ryan is investigating the strange disappearance of 55-year-old father of 5, Neil Maher.
Neil was last seen in Mildura in Victoria. Prior to that, he had been working at a bee farm in Morgan in South Australia. He is a person who is a qualified pharmacist, and he's the sort of person who can just about turn his hand to anything. Our concerns for Neil are that he has failed to make contact with his girlfriend. He failed to make contact with his family over Christmas, and all we'd like to do is just make sure that he's safe and that he's looking after himself. You right to go, Carmel?
Jim and Carmel's first step is to fly to Victoria to interview Neil's elderly parents. In the search for 13-year-old runaway Winnie McGill, police have raced to her home to examine her mysterious text message.
Knock, knock. Hi, how you doing? Were you able to get that phone number for us that we spoke about?
This is the text message.
Grandma, I'm really sorry for putting you through all this pain, and I'm coming home any time from now, so you shouldn't mind looking for me. I'm fine. I'm coming back home on Tuesday. Say hello to Mama. I miss all of you. Bye.
If the message did come from Winnie, it's great news. But there's no real way to be sure who it came from.
I told my mom I don't trust anybody with anything they tell me right now. I'm just looking up to you guys. That's all.
We're doing our best for you. That's what we want to help you and get Winnie back.
If she doesn't want to go with me to Canada, I am not going to force her. My mom is so she can steal my mom. But I'm going to.
In the Neil Maher case, Queensland detectives have travelled to Druin in country Victoria to interview his parents.
Neil's dad hasn't been real well lately, and their main sort of focus on things is that they'd like Neil to contact them, especially in the time of illness and when the family sort of really has to rally around.
How long is it since you've seen Neil?
The first weekend in August was when we had our family reunion, and we've heard nothing from him since.
How was he at the reunion? Was he good? Did he interact with everybody else in the family?
Yes.
Perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
Nothing playing on his mind?
Well, if there was, he covered it up very well.
When he left here, he was going down to Morgan to see a chap about a job in a beekeeping business, and we sort of haven't heard anything of him since.
All right. Do you know what sparked this interest in this beekeeping enterprise? I mean, it just seems completely out of the blue.
Well, when he was living at Cairns originally, he did have a hive or two out on his little house, didn't he?
Yes.
We were dairy farmers, and I suppose he's always been country-minded. Yes.
But you would think, knowing that you're not well, Norman, that he would have kept in touch after the reunion?
That's what I would have thought, yes. He'll be 88 in June, so, and I'm 83, so, you know, anything can happen any time.
Norm has had 3 strokes, the most recent only 2 weeks ago, and his son's disappearance is not good for his failing health.
Well, Norman and Val, they're pretty worried about Neil, as we can see by that. I think our best bet now is that we head over to South Australia to the beekeeping farm and see if we can track down his last movements from where he was last working.
Joe, it's AT something.
Mate?
Ah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah. There it is. It's now 2 weeks since Ross Hipwell's pregnant daughter has seen her father. But at Harrington, on the New South Wales North Coast, police have found his combi van.
Yeah, that's it.
Surfboard's in it and all, mate.
Yeah.
Suppose we better go see the office.
Oh, there you go. We're looking for this chap here. We notice his van's out in front of you. Got him staying here?
Oh, OK. This is this chap that's... Ross, isn't it? Ross?
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah,
Ross. Yeah, Ross. He's got a van out there.
Yeah, a combi van.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been here for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
He's not staying here, but he's visiting one of our residents. Yes.
Well, that's all we have to do is just side him and just have a quick go into him and we'll be out of here, you know?
Sure.
He can do what he likes. So.
You know where he's staying in?
No.
No? Site...
Hello, how are you?
We're from the Missing Persons Unit. We're just looking for Mr. Hipwell, we believe he's here.
You're kidding? Has his daughter's been looking for him?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry.
That's all right, mate. You just... Yeah, put some gear on.
After hours on the road, Gary and Steve have found surfer Ross Hipwell.
It's all why I miss it.
yeah.
But he's certainly not surfing.
We'll be able to just come in for a minute. He has been reported missing.
He vanished 2 weeks ago without a word, leaving his frantic and pregnant daughter at home.
Yeah, what's happened is that your daughter's been extremely worried about you. She hasn't heard from you since the 26th of April.
Yes, my birthday.
Yes, she said that, and she's been trying to ring you, and the phone keeps going to message bank.
Yes. Yep, phone's flat.
Flat, is it?
Yep. No charger.
No charger?
Expected to be away a day, been away over a week.
Yep. You're looking well.
I'm feeling good.
So we've got
great.
We've got a poster there. You look a little bit different. You've got no glasses on. Your hair's a bit.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is ring your daughter.
Yep.
You have any objections to that? Knowing where she...
No, not at all.
Would you like to talk to her?
I'd love to talk to her.
All right, and you might be able to set her...
I'd love to talk to her.
All right.
Put her mind at peace anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry that I've made her feel that way and just didn't even think.
No.
Didn't think.
She'll be happy, let me tell you.
Hello, Catherine, Ree speaking.
Is that Ree, is it?
Yeah?
Yeah, Gary Barley, Missing Persons. How you going?
Good, mate. Have you got good news for me?
I'll put you on to someone, OK?
Thank you.
Hey, sweetheart.
Oh, Sean! Oh, my goodness, I love you so much.
I'm really sorry, darling. I didn't even think. I didn't think. I've just gone away for... I just went away for a couple of days and it just went longer than I expected, and I'm so sorry.
thanks for everything, darling. I'm so sorry on that. I won't do that again, okay? It's just...
ring me when you get home.
Okay. Okay, just 1 second. Someone wants to talk to you. Okay, I love you too, sweetheart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, darling.
Bye, I love you.
I hope you're not saying that to me. Yeah, I told you we'd find him. But,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No worries. He's quite happy up here. I think he's having a good time. Anyway, it's all good news, and
thanks so much.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, she's over the moon, isn't she?
Well, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks heaps, but I'm so sorry. I just feel...
No, sorry, mate.
I'm just embarrassed about it.
No, that's right.
We'll let you go about your business now, and we'll head back to Parramatta, and we'll take you off the system.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, well, that's a good result. We've found Ross. He's quite happy up here. He's just the old adage, if you got to let his daughter know. He's very apologetic. But we've contacted the daughter. She's happy. Ross is happy. Everyone's happy, so we'll leave it at that.
Police are on the trail of missing Mount Isa father of 5, Neil Maher. Queensland Police have now moved from Victoria to a bee farm here in South Australia, where he was last known to be working.
Hello.
Elizabeth,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm Jim.
Jim.
Hey,
Carmel. How do you do?
How are you?
Yes, come in, thank
you.
Yeah.
So where did Neil stay when he was here?
He slept in the caravan and we were sleeping up the other end of the shed here.
Did he give you some notice that he was going to leave?
Not really. Had a bit of a upset with my partner. I knew the situation between the two of them wasn't good, so it didn't really surprise me.
Do you know why it wasn't any good?
The relationship between people with my partner is difficult always.
Did you personally find Neil amiable?
Yeah, we got on very well.
The information I've got here is that on the 15th of October last year, you told the police that Neil had left several pairs of dress trousers, a few dress shirts, jumpers, casual shirts, a couple of pairs of casual shorts. Is all that stuff still here?
There are still bits and pieces here.
All right. And you don't know what they are, or...?
Well, yes, there's well, I don't know what state it's in now.
And while Jim and Carmel head off to search Neil's suitcase, back home, his mum Val asks for any news from her son, now missing for 9 months.
Neil, we're just wondering where you are, and if you will please let us know where you are and that you are well, and we'll be so happy to hear from you.
In Sydney, police have hit the road after an unexpected breakthrough in the case of 13-year-old runaway Winnie McGill.
We've been in contact with Winnie's mum, and she's actually contacted her family and let them know that she's in Perth, actually. And we're heading out to the airport today. She's flying in this afternoon, so we're going to go meet Winnie and take her home to mum and her grandma.
So Winnie never ran off with an older man after all. She was with friends she'd met at the refugee camp in Liberia, but never bothered to tell her family.
A lot of police time and efforts have been spent on trying to locate Winnie, as do a lot of cases involving young persons, when a simple phone call or contact would help free police time and efforts for other more serious things.
Okay, let's see what time the flight's coming in.
Oh, maybe it's late. 4:15, 16:15, and then it says 18.
It's late.
Yeah. It's frustrating hanging around the airport. I can think of better things to do, waiting for Winnie, but, you know, has to be done, so we're here.
This is Neil,
Back on the bee farm in South Australia,
and this is all his stuff.
Jim and Carmel are going through the suitcase the father of 5 left behind.
There's a Motorola number here with a customer ID on it.
Super Fund. It's January 07.
And then they find this vague clue.
It says, please find as a listed long-term employee, you have been issued with a hydration pack to be used in your day-to-day work at the feedlot. Probably have to do a bit of good old-fashioned police work on this because there's no There's no phone number, there's nothing as far as the employee's concerned or the employer that issued it or where the feedlot is.
With not much more to go on, Jim's hoping Neil Maher's girlfriend can fill in the blanks. So their next destination is Mount Isa, almost 3,000 kilometres away. Sydney runaway 13-year-old Winnie McGill has just turned up on a plane from Perth. Although looking embarrassed and sheepish, Winnie arrives looking safe and well.
Hey, Winnie. How you going? I'm Lee, and this is Phil from the police. Just come to collect you and take you home to Mum.
How's that sound? Good?
Yeah? You all right?
You okay? A bit tired. Yeah? All right, we'll go down this way, get your baggage.
So why did you go to Perth? Nothing. It's not for nothing. It's a long way to go. It's the other side of Australia. Are you going to talk to your mum and your family about it? Yeah? It's probably a good idea. Sort some stuff out. Yeah? Did you have money and stuff? Where'd you get your money from? Your friend's money? What did you say to them when you turned up in Perth?
I told them I came for a holiday.
That you came for a holiday? But school holidays have only just started. You haven't been at school much, have you? No. Do you not like school?
I do like school.
Yeah. Why don't you go?
After almost 2 weeks on the run,
What year are you in? Year 9.
13-year-old Winnie isn't giving away much.
And the other one.
This one? Yeah. Yep. They're big suitcases for a little girl.
There's no clothes in there.
They're just full of clothes. Lots of clothes for you. Oh my God, and you took all these with you?
Yeah, it's not heavy.
Yeah, they're not heavy? Okay, as long as we don't hurt ourselves.
The time has finally come
Pop in this side.
for Winnie to see her mum for the first time in 7 years. The mother who plans to take her back to Canada to live. At the New South Wales Missing Persons Unit,
Hello, is that Mr. Blewett?
It is, yeah.
Oh, hi, Mr. Blewett. It's Joanne Campbell from the Police Missing Persons Unit.
Hi, Joanne.
Constable Joanne Campbell has just been handed a new case. She's on the phone to the nephew of John Power, an 85-year-old who's been missing for 5 days.
Last time I saw him in person was about mid-November, but I spoke to him about 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
And was he okay? Like, he was happy and in good spirits when you spoke to him?
But he was in very good spirits.
John moved to Australia from Ireland after serving in the Second World War. A bachelor, he lives on his own in a Department of Housing flat.
Has John got any medical problems that you know of?
No, he had an eye problem, which was attended to,
Yeah.
but he's an incredibly fit man.
So apart from that, he's fit and healthy?
Very much so, very much so. Mentally very, very sharp and aware.
Yeah. Is there any other information you may have?
He sometimes goes to the Vikings Leagues Club in Dundas, so he has a group of pals that he meets down there.
Oh, OK, then. Well, that's information that we haven't had. We'll make further inquiries.
Okay.
Hopefully find him soon.
Great.
OK, thanks a lot. OK, bye-bye. First of all, we'll go to his house, have a look around his house, and then go to the Vikings Leagues Club and hopefully speak to some friends over there, just to see if they know anything about where he may have gone to.
In the Neil Maher case, Queensland police have now arrived in Mount Isa to meet Roanne, who's been Neil's girlfriend for 5 years.
Hello, Roanne. Hello, I'm Carmel.
Oh, hi.
And this is Jim.
Hello, Jim. How you going?
Hi, good, thank you.
We come in?
Yes, sure.
We're conducting inquiries in relation to Neil. What can you tell us?
The last time I spoke to him was on the 17th of October. He sounded down, and I think he was a wee bit lost. And then I said to him, have you got any money left? And he said, very little. And I said to him, make a collect call, and then I'll organise to get some money to you. He didn't make that call, and that's the last time I spoke to him.
What do you think's happened to him? Where do you think he is?
I think he's either decided to go bush and disappear for a while, or something's happened to him.
The father of 5 has been missing now for 9 months, so Roanne makes this request.
Neil, we miss you, we love you. If you don't want to be found, at least ring and let someone know that you're okay. We miss you.
Back in New South Wales, in the case of 85-year-old John Power, police are on their way to talk to the neighbours who reported him missing.
The reason I'm concerned is because of his age, and he seems to be a social person, has lots of friends at the Vikings Leagues Club and all his neighbours that have reported him missing, but none of them have seen him for 5 days, which is a bit concerning.
John's been living here for 10 years, and he's well known by his neighbours who all look out for each other.
Hi, Scott. Yeah. Hi, I'm Joanne Campbell from the Missing Persons Unit. We just want to speak to you about Mr. Power. Yeah. Yeah. Is there any other information you can give us about the last time you saw him?
Just saw him going down the road. I'm not too sure what day it was or what, yeah. I'm always having my door open and see him walk past and, you know, putting his garbage away or walking down the road or something like that, yeah.
On Friday, he loves a form guide from the Herald.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I'm late going down, he'll knock on the door asking where it is.
So you put it in your box here?
Yeah, so nothing was picked out of there since, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was still there. You know, I am concerned for him, because he's a decent old guy.
I'm really concerned about Mr. Powell because he was told by one of the neighbours to let them know if ever he was going to be away for a while, and he hasn't done that. So we'll go and make some inquiries at Vikings and see if we can get more information there.
The next step is his local leagues club. In Queensland, detectives have arrived back in Brisbane after 3 states and 8,000 kilometres. They're about to meet with federal MP Bob Catter.
Mr. Catter, Jim Ryan from Missing Persons Unit. How are you?
How do you do, Jim?
And Carmel Harris.
There you go.
Hi.
Please come in and sit down.
Thank you.
Bob and Neil have been friends ever since Neil raised national fears about bird flu coming into Australia.
He was sort of famous. Well, he was the person most responsible for preventing the cooked chicken meat from coming in from Thailand. It would have been dreadful if we'd had that avian flu. Hundreds of people in Southeast Asia died of it. So we were avoided all of those deaths and misery in Australia because of his work.
Do you find it a little bit unusual that we're investigating him as a missing person?
I'm quite amazed. I mean, I couldn't use any other word than to say amazed. He's a very pedestrian, ordinary sort of a bloke, a very good community-minded citizen. I mean, I just find it quite extraordinary.
Neil's disappearance has left everyone who knows him lost for words. So Bob makes this plea for his return.
Neil, there is no doubt in my mind that if it hadn't been for your courage and intellectual determination, avian bird flu would have gotten to Australia. So your country owes you, Neil. You've achieved a lot for your country, and you're a great loss to the communities that you've left.
In New South Wales, 13-year-old Winnie McGill is about to be reunited with her mum after 7 years. Winnie hasn't set eyes on her mum since she was 6 years old. And then, for years later, thought she'd been killed in the Civil War.
Wow! I said, baby, not you said.
For Winnie, it must be a little like meeting a stranger.
Thanks very much.
That's all right.
This is Winnie's grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yeah,
nice
Ellen.
to meet you, I'm Phil.
I'm telling you, I'm really happy. I'm going to sleep good tonight. Really good tonight. Yeah.
Happy ending.
Thank you.
All right, Winnie, we're going to head off, okay? It's nice to meet you. Hope everything works out for you and you're a lot happier, okay? You talk to Mum and Grandma, your sister. They love you a lot, okay? Look after yourself, all right? All right, bye-bye. So Winnie's home now with her mum and a grandma, which is a great result. They're ecstatic to have her home, but Winnie still hasn't opened up much. She seems like a pretty private kid, and hopefully the next coming days she'll disclose what's going on. Hopefully we'll be able to resolve some issues and she'll be happy at home.
Family now have to decide whether they'll stay here or move to Canada. In Queensland's Missing Persons Unit,
That's just a pay slip.
Seems some of these papers are from early 2007.
Jim and Carmel are now closely examining items they found in the suitcase that Neil Maher left behind on the bee farm.
There's not a lot of interest that comes out of the documents that we've just been through. It doesn't really take the investigation to any great lengths, but there are some avenues that need following up.
Now at a dead end, Jim hopes Neil's daughter Kylie can give some new insight into what might have happened to her father, and maybe to give their wider circle of family and friends some answers too.
Any ideas that you might have where he could? I know it's pure speculation, but
I'd suggest it's not places he's been before. He'd be more likely to go somewhere totally different than to go back somewhere where he'd been. I think his drive has always been wanting to be his own boss and to have kind of control of his work. So whether he was working in his own business or working in someone else's business, he'd try to make a good go of it until, you know, he didn't disagree. Until he disagreed with someone he was working with or whatever, and he'd go off and go to the next place, kind of thing. So he's, yeah, I guess in that sense, he's very, very self-reliant and that kind of thing.
Dad, we know that you might be happy somewhere, that you might be working and doing well, but we just need you to ring and let us know and just say hello and let us know what you're up to and that everything's okay. Please give us a call and let us know that you're all right. We love you very much.
And wouldn't you know it, after 9 months, Neil did ring when he accidentally discovered he was listed as missing. And he was working too, on a remote farm. He just had to get away at the time and realises now he should have contacted his family a lot earlier. Today, they're all back as one big family. And a perfect ending too for Winnie McGill and her family.
Oh, big cuddle.
Winnie and baby sister Georgetta are now living happily in Canada with their mum.
Thanks very much.
And while Grandma Ellen has decided to stay in Australia, she hopes to visit them soon. Every year, over 35,000 people go missing. Have you seen 44-year-old Ian Daper, who disappeared from Mount Pritchard, New South Wales in 2001? Or David Robinson, last seen in Darwin in 1995. And 57-year-old Christine Fenner, missing from Booyul, Queensland in 1999. If you have any information, please call 1-800 333 000.